Good evening. I want to talk about why we need brave journalists. And my topic is Panama Papers. That is a global issue. Well, I have a little quote that says journalism is the first rough draft of history. We know through journalism we wrote the history. We bring some information from the people that said what is happening in the world. This little quote was said by Philip Graham. Well, I have a question for you. What do you do if you have to figure out the information behind 11.5 million documents? You verified it or make sense of it? Well, that was a challenge that a group of journalists have to face late last year because an anonymous person calling himself with the name of John Doe had somehow managed to copy nearly 40 years of record of the Panamanian law firm Mossack Fonseca, a very important firm. This is one of many firms around the world that specialize in setting up accounts in offshore tax havens, like the British Virgin Islands, for rich and powerful people who like to keep the secret. That are people that are owner of enormous and monstrous company around the world that they send his money for not pay taxes and invest and make investment in the phantom companies and ghost companies that we know for have a lot of money and don't pay taxes. Well, this anonymous person has managed to copy every spreadsheet from this firm, every client field, every email from 1977 to the present day. This is a lot of information that they can make a copy for share for uh, a tiny newspaper in Germany. It represents the biggest cache of inside information into the tax haven system that anyone had ever seen. But it also represents a gigantic challenge to investigate of journalism. Well, this person has given the information of two journalists of the German newspaper that I'll tell you. He said that he was motivated by a little quote that said the scale of the injustice that the documents will reveal. But 1 year alone can never make sense of such a vast amount of information. By nature, the journalists is investigative reporters are lone wolves. He fiercely guard our secret, time even from our editors, because they know that the moment that they have to tell them what they have, they will want to a story right away. Um, for be frank, when they get a good story, they like to keep the glory for himself. But there is no doubt that they live a shrinking world, and that the media have largely been slow to wake up to this and the issues that make the report on are more and more traditional. Well, giant corporations operating at global level, environment and health crises are global. So, to our financial flows and financial crisis, so it's standard that journalism has been so late to cover the stories in the truly global way. And it's also seemed a standard that journalism has been so slow to wake up to the possibilities that technology brings. Rather than being frightened of it, of course, the reason of the journalist is scared of technology is this: the profession's largest institutions are going through tough times because of the changing way that people are consuming news. Well, we know that advertising business models that have sustained report are broken. This has plunged journalists into prison, forcing that institutions to re-examine how they function. Well, but where there is the crisis, there is also opportunity too. The first challenge presented by what will eventually become known as Panama Papers was to make the documents. Research and Red Bull, they were nearly 5 million emails, about 2 million the PDF that needed to be scanned and indexed, and millions more files and other kind of documents that this person shared with the journalists. They all need to be housed in a safe and secure location in the cloud. We next invited reporters to have a look at the documents too, in all reported from that 100 media organization in 76 countries, like other news like BBC in Britain to the Le Monde newspaper in France and the Asahi Shimbun in Japan. We have an other newspaper that have the permission to see this information that shared this person. But why this problem, this global issue, makes so important? Because are many people that have the image for other people that they don't make any problem. They make the things right. These Panama Papers are exposing a lot of people that are very famous in over the world in different countries. That we have to know that exist people that have many money and they are searching the way to don't pay taxes and make money and maybe stolen because this person are stolen money for make more rich or millionaire. We have a lot of countries that are in some kind of suspicious relationship with this fear because are many politics, are many companies, are many people that are stealing money through the government of other countries and send money to make wondering in this case. Well, in conclusion, we need a lot of journalists with courage that are searching with in the most clear way for have information that bring us a clear panorama of what happened in the world. We know that are many topics that we not have idea yet, but are many people working about to how explain to the world why these people make this situation, these global issues. Um, the journalist is a very hard profession because you have to expose your life to. We have other information that journalists in Iraq that lose his life during war. Because of that, because these people we need a brave journalist for have important information and know what happened all the world.